Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, September 26th, 2024. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. I'll tell you, events at the Annapolis Maritime Museum are so awesome. I was there last night for a Leadership Anne Arundel event, and just so much fun. And I'll tell you, good luck to the class of 2025, who is just starting their journey next month. Anyhow, we do have some news, so shall we? A 21-year-old Annapolis man, Alexander Salinas, has been sentenced to 15 years in prison for the fatal shooting of his friend, Luis Angel Meza Santiago, outside of an Edgewater restaurant back in December of 2022. Despite guidelines calling for a harsher sentence, the court suspended 25 of the 40 years handed down with 5 years of supervised probation upon release. The state had sought a 60-year sentence. Salinas, who pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and firearm charges, admitted that the shooting was unintentional. There are more parking changes coming to Annapolis. The city of Annapolis is overhauling its parking system and transitioning to gateless entry and exit at Knighton Garage and Gotts Court Garage. Starting September 30th, the new system will use license plate readers to track parking sessions. This is not the same as it is at the Hillman Garage. Users are going to have to scan a QR code and set up an account with the company, and the fee will be calculated automatically when you leave. City residents will still be able to park for free with 2 hours and a new QR code validation system, which we don't have any details on that just yet. And I did verify that there is not going to be an option to pay cash for parking. And if someone does park without setting up the account, a ticket will be issued and mailed to them. I swear the city is purposely trying to drive away visitors by making parking as confusing as possible. So for those that are following along, for street parking and Hillman Garage parking, you need to use either a kiosk, a QR code, or one of two apps. For Knighton or Gotts Garage, there is no app, but you need to establish an account and keep your personal and car info along with your credit card on file with them. And speaking of keeping track, it has now been more than 4 years since the elevators in Gotts Court's garage were, quote, temporarily closed for repairs. Anne Arundel County Public Libraries have become the first in Maryland to be designated a book sanctuary. That's a program committed to protecting banned and challenged books. The announcement coincides with Banned Books Weeks and comes amid a rise in book challenges across the county. Officials, including County Executive Stuart Pittman, praised the library's stance on intellectual freedom, vowing to uphold the public's right to access diverse ideas without censorship. This next story comes from Maryland Matters, and Senator Ben Cardin has expressed concerns over Maryland's push to become a hub for data centers. In a letter sent to Governor Wes Moore, Cardin questioned the environmental impacts of unregulated data center development, urging for a more balanced policy. Additionally, Cardin wrote to the Maryland Public Service Commission about a proposed high-voltage transmission line that would run through the state, emphasizing the need to mitigate potential effects on rural communities and the environment. He stressed the importance of thorough public review for both of those projects. Seems odd when the feds ask the state to pull in the reins. Hey, some podcast stuff up this weekend on the Local Business Spotlight. We're going to be chatting with Randy from local medical software powerhouse RxNT. And in closing, one of the best ways to keep up on the local news is the daily news recap email that goes out at 7 p.m. 365 days a year. It's free and paywall free. And here is a link right here in the show notes for you to sign up. And please feel free to let your friends, family, and colleagues all know about it as well. All right, that's a wrap. As always, thank you for being you, and a thank you to the sponsors for the Daily News Brief. Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, Hospice of the Chesapeake End, Fish for a Cure. All right, so now you just need to sit back because we have weather from DCMDVA Weather, and because it's Thursday, we have Trevor here from Annapolis Makerspace with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes. And as a bonus, because the file was corrupted yesterday, we do have a good one now. We've got Bridget here with Annapolis After Dark. All that's coming up for you in just a bit, so hang tight.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Is all this talk of inflation making you uneasy? Me too, especially the uncertainty. How bad will it eat into my future purchasing power? Well, don't feel helpless because solar energy can give you some financial control. By installing and owning your solar system, you can lock out electricity cost inflation by locking in your electricity price for more than 25 years. Many of our inflation-fighting clean energy systems offset 100% of the annual electricity demands. Customers frequently add electric vehicle charging and backup batteries to their solar projects, providing them inexpensive auto fuel and additional energy security for the home. Freeze energy inflation in its tracks by committing to affordable, clean solar energy. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. But don't wait another minute. Sunshine's a wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, September 26th. The Annapolis region saw some much-needed rain yesterday, and there's a small chance of a bit more today and tomorrow, but the weekend ahead should stay dry, though clouds are looking a bit more likely to stick around, especially Saturday. Look for highs today near 80 degrees, with a chance for a few showers or storms, with another small chance of a few showers Friday with mid to upper 70s, 4 p.m. highs. And we'll be keeping an eye on Hurricane Helene well to the south as it makes landfall somewhere on the upper west or maybe northwest coast of Florida before moving northward through Georgia and into western North Carolina or eastern Tennessee before dissipating late Friday or Saturday. As for the weekend around here, temps will be in the 70s with mostly cloudy skies, likely Saturday, ahead of mixed skies Sunday with temps again in the 70s. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and X for updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, so you can always stay weather informed.
Ahoy, captains and anglers. What better way to spend a day on the Chesapeake Bay than by fishing and fundraising for a cure? Join us for the 18th annual Fish for a Cure tournament, Paul C. Detter's Captain's Challenge, and Shore Party, Saturday, November 9th at Safe Harbor, Annapolis. Fish for a Cure supports Luminous Health Anne Arundel Medical Center's Gayton and Joanne D. Cesaris Cancer Institute. Event proceeds directly support the Cancer Survivorship Program for patients recovering from all types of cancers. Gather your crew and register your boat today at fishforacure.org. Again, that's fishforacure.org. Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Running October 18th through November 17th, be sure to check out the Maryland STEM Festival with tons of events all over Maryland at all kinds of different locations. Schools, libraries, makerspaces, and more. And really, even though it says October 18th, there are events starting as early as October 3rd. Check out their events calendar at marylandstemfestival.org. At Chesapeake Lightcraft in Annapolis, next week starts their 2-week Teardrop Camper Workshop, running September 30th through October 11th. And registration is open for more classes coming up in October and November, making Tenderly Dinghies and Chester Yawls. At Knits and Pieces off of Bestgate Road, Monday they have a basic sweater knitting class. Then on Saturday there's a comprehensive Learn to Knit class. And registration is open for their knitting on tiny needles, as well as their comprehensive Learn to Crochet classes coming up in October. At Books for International Goodwill, tomorrow and Saturday, check out their big book sale. It's a fundraiser for the Pearl Rotary Club, where they have thousands of books at great prices. At Local by Design, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, check out their Annapolis Artisans Market, where you can visit some of their in-house artists and pick up some great gifts. And then on Wednesday, they have a Create Your Own Resin Lazy Susan class, and registration is open for some Paint Your Own Piece of Furniture classes, as well as a Pumpkin Fused Glass Nightlight and Votive workshop. At Art Farm in Annapolis, tonight, check out Art of Arting with Creative Kate. Starting tonight, you'll be exploring your own creative process and the things you want to explore. Tomorrow and Saturday, they have a screen printing class. Sunday, there's their monthly batik workshop. Tuesday, there's virtual botanical drawing for beginners, as well as Spark, a creative workshop for small business owners. And registration is open for more adult workshops, including more sketch nights, watercolor, acrylic painting, and mixed media, and their kids' fall art camps are going on. Today, there's Nature Art School for ages 6 through 8. Saturday, there's a Kids Art School for ages 7 through 9. Monday, there's a Kids Art School for ages 4 through 5, as well as another one for ages 6 through 8. On Tuesday, there's Pencil, Charcoal, Ink, and Watercolor for ages 9 through 11, as well as Fashion Design, Sketching and Conceptualizing for ages 9 through 12, which starts this week. Then on Wednesday, there's a Mixed Media Art School for ages 9 through 11, as well as Podcasting for ages 10 through 14, which also starts this week. And there's upcoming Kids Art School sessions, including camps for more mixed media, comic books, art inspired by music, poetry, and lots more. And they have another Creative Circle monthly meetup coming up on October 3rd, where you can work on your own projects or follow the prompts and use the materials brought up by the instructor in a fun social environment. At the Arundel County Public Library system this week, today Odenton has a paint night, and Linthicum has a build and play with Lego. On Saturday, Crofton has Ask a Master Gardener, Rivera Beach has a Lego Create Challenge, Severna Park has seed starting and transplanting, Brooklyn Park has a plant propagation party, Odenton has Craft for a Cause, making friendship bracelets for cancer patients, and Glen Burnie has a sit and stitch. On Monday, Broadneck has Homeschool Needle Crafters, and Crofton has the Crofton Houseplant Club. On Tuesday, Glen Burnie has Little Artist Process Art, Eastport Annapolis Neck has Homeschool STEM, with Let's Get Batty, learning about bats as pollinators and pest controllers. Bush Annapolis has Mini Scientist Storytime, and Odenton has Art Inspired by Music. Then on Wednesday, Edgewater has Skeins and Stitches, Severna Park has a Lego Challenge, and Edgewater has Adding Native Plants to Your Garden, Talking with a Master Gardener. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. Whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
The music scene in Anne Arundel County is popping, and sometimes it's hard to sort through it all. From blues to pop, from funk to ska, Beeper Buzz has it all covered for you in this week's Annapolis After Dark.
Good morning, Annapolis. Beeper Buzz here with your Annapolis After Dark weekend music highlight through Sunday, September 29th. Go to the socials for Annapolis Streaming and Beeper Buzz, and also all three websites for the full schedule. We update the Facebook posts and all websites with changes and cancellations, so you know before you go. AnnapolisStreaming.com, AnnapolisMusic.us, and BeeperBuzz.com. Thursday, get to the point for Dan Haas. Alexander Peters will be at Reynolds Tavern. Wendell Live, the Sinatra tribute artist, will be at Galliano's in Wauchapel up in Gambrels. Ray Roten will be at Brian Brew in Severna Park. Loose Change will be at Killarney House in Davidsonville. Up in the Dena, Moran Tripp will be at Rumor Meal in Pasadena. And over on the shore, Michael Waskey will be at Bridges in Graysonville. Fridays start with Ben Heemstraw of Ben over at Homestead Gardens in Davidsonville. Chris Sachs will be at Ram's Head Tavern on West Street. Wildflowers will be at Annapolis Smokehouse. The Low Keys will be at Food Truck Wednesdays on the farm out in Crownsville. Mike Cure will be at Reynolds Tavern. DJ Brandon will be at O'Brien's in downtown Annapolis. The Music Room will be at Ram's Head Roadhouse in Crownsville featuring a previous member, Dana B. You won't want to miss that one. And over on the shore, Good Talk Russ will be at the Kentmore in Stevensville. Saturdays start with Ben Heemstraw of Ben at Wildberry Farm and Market in Crownsville. Brent Austin Dunn will be at Reynolds Tavern. DJ Veritas will be at Chart House over in Annapolis Eastport. Wendell Live, the Sinatra tribute artist, will be at Della Notte, which used to be River Bay Roadhouse up in the Cape. The Grilled Lincolns will be at Mother's in Arnold. Vibe and Conga will be at Malloy's in Crofton. Pete Best of Peterbilt will be outside at Pirates Cove down in Galesville. And over on the shore, this is a big one, Moran Tripp, Twin Brothers Band, and Ryan Keith Band will be at Cult Classic in Stevensville. Sunday, start with brunch with Aaron Hawkins of Loose Ties at Gary's Grill in Severna Park. David Andrew Smith will be at Market Space outside of Federal House. Sean Owen will be down at Stan and Joe's Riverside in Galesville. And if you head over to the Eastern Shore Sunday, catch Dana B. at Libby's Coastal Kitchen, which used to be Hemingway's, or Mixed Business Duo at Big Al Tiki Bar. Remember, these are just the highlights. Find the full schedule of music for all of Annapolis and the surrounding areas on the Annapolis Streaming Facebook event and the websites AnnapolisStreaming.com, AnnapolisMusic.us, and BeeperBuzz.com, spelled BeePrbuzz. Add the websites to the homepage on your cell phone to make them an app. Then it's just 2 clicks to the music anytime. I'll see you out there.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.